Hi, this is Gina Baird, and this week we're going to be reviewing Chapter 16 and 17 in Business Law Book. So Chapter 16 is about law and business associations. The sole proprietorship, the partnership, and the corporation are the three major forms of business organizations in the United States. There are different factors that influence what type of business someone goes into. There are tax ramifications, control considerations, liability of owners, and less significantly, ease and expense of ownership, transferability of properties, and the projected life of the business. Sole proprietorship is a business owned by one person who has sole control over management and profits. The profits are taxed directly to the proprietor as ordinary income, and losses are deducted by the proprietor. The person owning the business has complete control over the business decisions. A partnership is a voluntary association of two or more persons formed to carry on a business as co-owners for the profit. Taxes are based on the income of the partners. General partnership is a partnership in which management responsibilities and profits are divided, usually equally, among the partners, and all partners have unlimited personal liability for the partnership's debts. When partnerships decide they no longer want to be in business together anymore, the partnership will go through a process called dissolution. Dissolution prevents any new business from taking place after partners have initiated termination proceedings. Winding up is the process of completing all unfinished transactions, paying off outstanding debts, distributing assets, and dividing remaining profits after a partnership has been terminated or dissolved. Agreements should be made before going into any business to alleviate any problems in the future. Most partnerships have a model partnership agreement form drawn up to specify all terms of the partnership. And then there's limited partnerships, and these are partnerships that have one general partner who is responsible for managing the business, and one or more limited partners who invest in the partnership but do not participate in its management, and whose liability is limited to the amount of capital they contribute. The taxes are on profits after the loss of the business has been deducted from the profits. All are shared equally unless stated in the partnership agreement form. A joint stock company is a partnership agreement in which members of the company own shares that are transferable, but all goods are held in the name of the members who assume partnership liability. Syndicate is an investment group created primarily for the purpose of financing a purchase, usually a single transaction. A joint venture is a partnership, an individual, or a corporation that pools labor and capital for a limited period of time. Franchising is a method of marketing goods through a private agreement whereby the franchisor allows use of its trade name, trademark, or copyright in exchange for a percentage of the gross profits made by the franchisee. Federal and state laws govern franchising. That was Chapter 16. Chapter 17 is also about law and business associations. Corporation is an entity formed and authorized by state law to act as a single legal person and to raise capital by issuing stock to investors who are the owners of the corporation. The definition of a stock is the capital that a corporation raises through the sale of shares that entitle the shareholder to certain rights of ownership. These are different classifications of corporations. The first one being closely held. These are corporations held by a small group of people whose stock is not traded on national securities exchanges. And then you have publicly held ones. These are corporations whose stock is traded on a national exchange and is held by numerous shareholders. And then we have domestic, foreign, and alien. And these are corporations that are held to be domestic in the state in which it incorporates. If a corporation is formed in one state but does business in another, it is referred to in another state as a foreign corporation. A corporation formed in one country but doing business in the United States is referred to in the United States as an alien corporation. Then we have multinational, and this is a corporation that maintains worldwide distribution and manufacturing, trades on the exchanges of many nation-states, and has officers and managers who are citizens of many states. Then we have subchapter S, and this is a corporation that organizes and operates as a domestic business corporation, but for tax purposes is treated like a partnership. Then we have professional. This is a corporation that allows physicians, lawyers, dentists, accountants, and other professionals to incorporate to take advantage of health and pension plans and tax deductions. Then we have benefit corporations, and these are for a profit corporation that seeks to have a material positive impact on society and the environment. And the purpose of this corporation is to benefit the public as a whole rather than increase long-term shareholder value. And then we have nonprofit, and these are corporations not formed for purposes of making a profit. Examples of these could be healthcare organizations, religious organizations, and educational centers. Most states allow corporations to authorize and issue different classes of stock with different rights attached to the different classes. Common stock is a class of stock that entitles its owner to vote for the corporation's board of directors, to receive dividends, and to participate in the net assets upon liquidation of the corporation. And then lastly, we have what we call preferred stock, and this is a class of stock that entitles its owner to special preferences relating to either dividends or the distribution of assets. So that is my summary of chapters 16 and 17 this week. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.